Hello, my beautiful loves. Welcome back to the Art of Contemplation. I'm your host, Sarah Gomez, and today we are talking about Gate 21 inside of Human Design. So, Gate 21, let's talk about this energy. This is a very beautiful energy. And I have been surrounded by this energy for my entire life, and yet I commonly see it being expressed in the shadow frequency as opposed to the gift frequency. So let's talk about how that shows up. So remember, when you have access to this energy coming through these gates, this energy is going to be expressed in either low frequency shadow or high frequency gift. And so the goal here for me is to teach you how it is that you can determine whether you're using this energy in a low frequency or high frequency, so you can make sure that you are using it in the high frequency so you can get the best results using this energy. Now, if you have gate 21 defined inside of your chart, this is going to be so good for you. However, if you don't have it in your chart, still make sure that you learn the difference, because remember, based on planetary alignment or based on who you were around, you absolutely could be tapping into this energy. So gate 21, the shadow of this is control. Control. So there are two ways that this is going to show up if you are living in the low frequency of gate 21. The first one is being very controlling, right? Like trying to control, trying to feel the need to control, trying to be that person that's, forcing everybody to do what it is that you say they need to do. This is a very like fear-based energy, right? This is when it's low frequency. This is very much like I'm going to control the populations by scaring them, right? Like this is like we see this on the news, right? We're going to control everybody by scaring them and fearing them and thinking that they have to do things a certain way, or otherwise dun dun dun, negative bad things are going to happen to them. And the problem with this is that it is a false sense of authority. It is not real, right? When we are controlling people from fear, eventually they catch on and they're super quick to leave because it doesn't feel good. Now, the other way that this could show up when it's in shadow frequency is a complete, like, submissive, the opposite of trying to control. It's like, oh, I'm just going to let whatever happen to me happen to me. And the reason why people get tempted into doing this is because if you were standing in your authority inside of your life, then you would be accountable for what takes place. But when you just submit to it, right, and you allow somebody else to control it for you can say, "Oh, it wasn't me, it was someone else. The world is the way that it is. My life is in shambles because of this president, or because of this law, or because of COVID, or because of my ex narcissist, or because of it's everybody else. It's everybody else that has nothing to do with me. I'm not in control of my own life. I don't have authority of my own life. And so therefore it's everybody else's fault." So if you find yourself either not having any control of yourself or trying to control everything, then you're living in the low frequency of this energy. So the high frequency of this energy is about authority, and true authority is not about control. True authority is when you lead from love instead of fear. True authority understands that they are serving the people that they are, or the people that they have authority over. We see this dynamic in parents with children. We see it with bosses and employees. We see it with husbands and wives. And if you've ever been in one of these dynamics where the energy was being used in low frequency, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. One is trying to control the other, which is just not a good, out of fear, which is just not a good, outcome. Or if you've ever been in a situation where you've had a positive experience in any one of those combinations and relationships, then you know that when the person in control or with authority has great intent, leads with love, understands that they are serving you. When I was a manager inside of corporate America, I was serving. I was a servant to my team. I am here for you. I am here for you if you need something. I am here for you if you need help with something. I am here to guide you. I'm here to go to bat for you. I am here to protect you. That is a very servant mentality. And because of that, people respected my authority. If I said, hey, we need to do this thing, I need you to do this thing, there was this trust in me and a trust in the authority that I was given because they understood that I was leading from a space of caring about them, of wanting what was best for them. Not because there was going to be repercussions and I was going to hurt or harm or, destroy them if they didn't do what I said. Now, because of that, there was this beautiful way of like honoring me. It was like we both understood, even though I held a higher position than them, it was like we both understood that only when we work together, only when we serve each other can we succeed. And so there was this honor behind it. And what I mean by honor was that my employees did what it was that they knew would honor me as their leader, regardless of whether I was in the room or not, regardless of whether I was watching over them or not. Because it wasn't about them doing something out of fear of getting in trouble. It was about showing up and serving me as best they could, because I, in turn, was serving them as best I could. So I invite you, when you come across this energy, to make sure that you are moving into the high frequencies of authority, a respect, a love, a servitude, as opposed to control. And if you are that person who identifies with, I'm definitely in the shadow, but I'm not trying to control everybody. I'm avoiding control and authority because I don't want to take accountability for my life or what happens. I invite you to explore, because what you're doing here is you're disrespecting your own personal power. And you cannot step into your purpose, your mission, or manifest the things inside of your life if you are stifling your personal power. I love you guys. Where's my cursor? Where's my cursor?